obviously the left and the Democrats started wandering into some territory that was sort of patently insane, and with bad results. Defund the police. Okay, that I'm sure that's going to work like a charm. Mixed with a lot of weird trans stuff that's, and pronouns and just weird. They just started drifting into some territory that was non-linear, not pragmatic. And as a comedian and as an ex-builder, everything is very pragmatic. You have to put things together. Things have to make sense. Comedy is kind of the business of saying things, and people in the audience have to go, yeah. But if you say things that don't make sense, it doesn't work. Like If you go, oh, every time I'm running late for the airport, I get on the freeway and there's always some German guy in front of me driving. People will go, what? I don't know that's a thing. As that German guys drive slow. Like if you just say something that's confusing, I've not experienced that, So it is a business of making sense. And then at some point you have to hit them with something they haven't thought about before, but you have to kind of set the table with a kind of pragmatic base, and when comedians start hearing things that don't make sense, that's when I think you're going to get them to push back. And so what the left did is the left started down some road, and they got too far down a road that was non-pragmatic and non-linear and really just didn't make sense to normal folk. And so that's when the pushback came. I don't think that anybody that I know that is considered on the right now, like Dr. Drew's considered on the right, I'm considered on the right, but neither one of us is religious and neither one of us owns a gun. And that's a weird, that alone was a disqualifier in the past for being on the right. I've never owned a gun. I've never been religious. But how is it I'm on the right? Well, I'm on the right because I don't believe in pronouns, but that just makes me normal and sane, not on the right, And then there's other things like, I don't know, having a stout border or not wanting to pay so much in taxes or things like that, which you can go, well, that's a right-leaning thing, but I don't know anybody who wants to pay more in taxes, and I don't know anybody who wants an open border. So maybe that is on the right, but I would then qualify that as almost everybody then. So the left has made it very difficult, I think, for people to appreciate and stay with them. And that's why there's two lefts now. There's a sort of pragmatic left and a kind of AOC Bernie Sanders left. Why do you guys have two parties within your party if you're not making sense to a lot of people? And that's why people like Gavin Newsom, my governor, have to go, oh, man, I got to pretend to be normal for a few years so I can try to make a run at the presidency. Well, why don't you just be who you are? Why don't you just be left? And the answer is because nobody wants that. That's the answer.
That's right.
So I'm going to pretend to be more like Adam and Drew.